Good afternoon, parents. This is Ms. Gomez. I'm going to review homework 1 through 5 for lessons 1 through 5 in case you have any questions regarding any of these worksheets. Although we do have a homework helper sheet, I understand that sometimes it is easier to hear the instructions rather than to read them. So for example, for lesson 1 homework, the instructions are color the things that are exactly the same. Color them so that they look like each other. So in class, we were talking about things that are similar and things that are exactly the same. So in this case, these birds are exactly the same. Now, your child can choose to color them both gray, both blue, both black, but they are coloring them to where they are exactly the same. Now, if the bird is blue, one is blue and one is black, then they would just be similar because they're both birds, they're both the same size, but they are not exactly the same because they are not the same color. So here it says to color the things that are exactly the same. The birds are exactly the same, so they can color them. The trees are exactly the same, so they can color them. Now in this case, the flower, or like this little lotus flower, they are not exactly the same because this one is one color and this one is white. So it is not necessary for them to color them. The important part of this homework is for them to understand the difference between similar, like the same in some ways, and also exactly the same, which means the same in every way, essentially. That's for homework 1. For homework 2, the instructions are draw a line between two objects that match. Use your words. The words are the sentences. These are the same, but this one blank and this one blank. Of course, those words will change depending upon what object you're referring to. So for example, I will use the pears. So these pears are the same, but this one has black spots on it and this one does not. If your child says this one has black spots and this one does not, then that is okay, but we do want to encourage them to use full sentences as I do in the classroom. So if they say that, just say that's right. This one has black spots and this one does not. So follow or repeat after me. These pairs are the same, and that's where they follow. These pairs are the same, but this one has spots and this one does not. And that way they can start practicing using full sentences. Now, I have them do that in math, but they also do that in Wit and Wisdom, which is ELA, English Language Arts. So you're going to do that for all of these objects, and of course they will draw a line. So they'll draw a line to the objects that match and then tell you how they're the same, but in what way are they different. So for lesson number 3, the homework says draw something that you would use with each and tell me why. What would you use with an apple juice box, like the ones you drink at breakfast time? What would you use with that? Draw a picture of that here. What would you use with mittens? What's something that you could use together with that? Draw a picture of that there. Try your best. And at the bottom, draw a picture of 2 things that you use together and tell me why. So I might draw a spoon and a bowl because I would use a spoon to eat cereal out of my bowl. Please allow your child to be creative and let them think of their own idea, and that way you can see and gauge whether or not they're understanding how things work together. For lesson number 4 homework, you're going to make 2 groups. You're going to circle things that belong in one group and underline the things that belong in another group. Now, there are so many ways that your child can make different groups. So for example, I will give you a few ways. Your child might circle all of the brown bears because these 3 are brown, and they might underline the white bears because these are white. That is one way there are 2 separate groups. Now, your child might circle the bears that look like live bears, right? 1, 2, 3. So they might circle these 3, and they might underline the ones that are teddy bears. Now allow your child to find the ones that they think are different and have them tell you why they underlined, why they circled. If the underlining and the circling is a little too complicated for them, you feel like they might be confused by that, just have them circle one group with one crayon and circle another group with another crayon, if that would help. So like the instructions say, there are more than one ways to make a group. So please allow them to express how they think, how they believe that these groups should be separated. For lesson number 5 homework, you're going to use cutouts. So it's a 2-page. This is the first page. These are the locations in which or where these things belong. So a library, a school, and a grocery store. And these are the cutouts. So we're going to cut out all of these objects. And we're going to use glue to place the objects where we think they belong. So let's see, what might belong in a library? Well, I know a librarian and books belong in the library, so I may put her right here in this library box. Once your child has already put the object where they think it belongs, have them count the objects and tell them where they belong. Now this helps me gauge if a student needs a little bit more help on where items may belong, and now they may belong in more than one place. For example, they may put the crayons or the colored pencils or the backpack. They might put that at the grocery store because you might see that at you see that at H-E-B or Walmart, and that is okay. But at least we know that they know where certain things can belong or will belong. And that is it for homework 1 through 5, lessons 1 through 5. I will create a video for homework lessons 6 through 10 soon. Thank you.